You just discovered what it takes to become a legend. Grab your eye. Let's mobilize.
How's it going, everyone? It's HandleIsTML back with another Cyberpunk 2077 video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use two items, the Retrothrusters and the fortified ankles, to traverse under the map much easier than I've been able to do before without mods or trainers. So you're going to need a couple of items first, and you may have seen the first one in my inventory. It's the fortified ankles, but you need the epic ones that allow you to float momentarily. And you can get these by going to Fingers. He's the Ripper Dock in Japantown. It's a section of Westbrook. And there he is. Play through the story, you should be familiar with him. The other item you'll need is the Retrothrusters that you get from Rogue by choosing her to go through the ending with. So during this section of the game, V initially can't jump. And there's a couple of tricks you can do to get V to jump. You can press the jump button against a surface, like a wall, and sometimes that will allow V to jump. I just continuously tap A while walking against surfaces until it happens. And when you use the Retrothrusters in combination with the fortified ankles, this is the result you get. So you notice the Retrothrusters are stopping me from falling, but the fortified ankles are allowing me to float every time I jump. And the Retrothrusters, for some reason, allow you to jump again when you're falling midair, but only when you have the fortified ankles. It doesn't seem to work with the double jump. And as you can see with the Retrothrusters, you can just jump down to the ground safely. You don't necessarily have to cross over to the other building. I was just showing you guys how that works. Another way to get your jumps back is to simply progress to the part where Delamain comes to pick you up, and V will just be able to jump again. Now here's me trying this with the double jump, and this is what happens when you attempt it with the double jump. So the Retrothrusters still work. I'm still able to continuously press it and interrupt my jumps. So that may actually just be a function, and that function being coupled with the super jump is what's allowing me to essentially fly. So when you get to this part and allow Delamain to take you to the afterlife, you actually get stopped by a wall if you try to jump off the edge there. But if you jump against a wall, it seems to cancel out the thrusters, which would normally cancel out the full length of your super jump. And you can use that to climb up the walls, basically. And you'll see me doing it here. I get the full length of my super jump, whereas normally I don't. And I don't know why it works that way, but it's just something I discovered while messing around. And from here you could just jump down, and there's actually a fast travel point right here. I actually don't know what will happen if you walk too far. I didn't experiment with that yet. But where we're gonna go is over here by Konpeki Plaza. And I'm coming here because this is the one surefire way that I know how to clip under the ground, or clip under the map. And if you watch my last video, you'll know exactly what I'm about to do. And if you do, you can skip ahead. I'll put a timestamp in the comments. Now usually I would prefer the double jump here, but the fortified ankles work just as well. And if you jump against the wall, pushing against the wall, it'll give you that extra boost. And sometimes you can even manage a little, pseudo double jump. And you want to climb across the top of this gate here, and don't fall off like I did. And if you do, it's pretty easy to get back up. Just go up these rocks behind you, and you can jump against this wall. And if you don't quite make it, just keep tapping the jump button right next to it and it should get you right back up there. Now, I've tested this with other walls. It doesn't seem to work with walls that are, you know, completely flat. There has to be something for, I guess, V's foot to touch, it seems. And, or maybe I just haven't quite figured it out yet, because I tried going up the side of the building that I'm going to show you now, but it didn't seem to work for me. So I'm just going to show you the way that I definitely know how to get over here. And you just want to go on to the other side of this building. You don't have to jump the way I did. I'm just used to coming over here. And this is Konpeki Plaza. And again, if you've seen my other videos, or if you've seen my last video, I actually explored this building. So I really won't get into what's here. What we're looking for is actually down here. This white dot that we see all the way at the bottom. Or, well, I guess it's really not the bottom, because you can actually go beyond that. I just haven't explored that far yet. And the purpose of this video is to show you what's down there, because pretty sure I'm not the only one who's been wondering exactly what that white dot is. And you can kind of make out the shape from far away if you look at it, or if you're able to get close enough to look. But I wanted to just go down there and see what it is. So I did the crazy task of using the technique that you see me using now to go all the way down there without being interrupted by so usually when you fall down there, you basically are sent back to wherever your last standing point was, or wherever the game believes you were last standing. But once you go down too far, it just kind of puts you in a loop of loading screens, and you're stuck in this falling animation and you can't really do anything about it. So that's where the Retrothrusters come in. They actually stop this from happening, and you can actually let go of your controller to get down here. So here we have the very bottom of the map, or at least as far as I've gone. You can see how much further away we are, and you can actually spawn your cars here, because once you're out of bounds, you can spawn your cars and they'll just appear behind you. And I used it so I can make a save point down here. It took me about 40 minutes to an hour. I would have to go back and check exactly to get down here. It took a while, and that was literally just me letting V fall without any interruptions. And as you can see, I can still float down here, and for some reason I can actually jump up a lot higher. I can gain more altitude than I was able to gain before, and you can see compared to my jumps from before, I'm jumping up a lot higher. It's like physics kind of works differently down here. It's almost as if you're in space, to be honest, which is pretty relative, because look at what we have here. Spaceship. And if you're not too far away from it, you can actually make out the shape of a spaceship when you look at it, and that's what I thought it was before I came down here. But I wasn't sure. I wanted to be absolutely sure. And even like before I came down here, I immediately had a theory of what it was. Now, I'm almost certain that this is just the orbital air spaceship that appears at the orbital air space center that you can actually see take off. I have a video of that as well. You can watch it take off and it just disappears from the map. You watch it go off in the sky and you just don't know where it goes after that. I'm gonna take a guess and say maybe this is where it goes. Rather than just vanishing, it simply gets teleported to the bottom of the map. I have a couple of other theories, some pretty wild ones, and it's mostly based on the physics here. And you can see by my jumps that I'm basically jumping as if I'm in low gravity. I don't know. Call me crazy. The rocket ship goes off into space. One of the endings takes place in space. Actually, a couple of the endings take place in space. There's Crystal Palace, the casino in space. A lot of people have been speculating that DLC will take place in space. Maybe the physics will be like they are here. Who knows? I'm really just speculating. We'll see how it goes. I know some people have also been speculating that these ships, including the ones at the Space Center, are the ones that V actually went away on. But when you're actually aboard the ship, you'll notice that the outline on the screen shows a different shape from the ones that we see at the Space Center. Plus, this is an Arasaka ship, and the ones at the Space Center are orbital air. You'll also notice that the doors are shaped differently. So just wanted to address that. I thought it was maybe that too, but nope, doesn't seem to be. So I'm going to end the video there. I want to thank you all for watching. Enjoy your day, and till next time, bye.